Right, okay, so I'm gonna start doing these again. Bit hard to lost my momentum with them again, but it does actually make me a better trader when I do start doing them. So I think I'm gonna start doing them to at least for myself. When I watch it back, I'm like, oh, that was my thought process. Helps me understand things a bit better. So coming into today, we've had this zone. I was saying at the beginning of the week that this zone I thought was going to be somewhere to trade from. Um, I know if we look at like the monthly, getting a bigger rejection, like could you argue that that was your the monthly? I'd like to see this candle to be fair. That's why I'd like to see that get tapped, which it hasn't been tapped. If we are going to go off the monthly, so then when I went to the weekly, I refined it. There's a lot, a bit of an imbalance up here that's not been filled. So my idea is that it is gonna keep going up. You might have had a bit of a pullback a few weeks, regain some liquidity, swept down, and then hopefully go up here. That's what I'm thinking will happen. I could be wrong. That's what happens with trading. So we've had the monthly open here. We've not really had much of a top wick on the month. It can happen. It could just keep coming down to here. We could have to visit down here, down to this. So, so yeah, we'll see what happens. But coming into today, obviously we've had this sweep here. Had a lot of imbalances, so you couldn't really look to see if they was going to trade down. But we had the big news candle yesterday that went up and down. We've had the sweep of it with the news candle. But all this up here, like, could that be the last target that needs taking out? Not fully sure. So that's what I come in today. Thought process for taking this trade was we've got a 32 pip, 33 pip, 32, whatever it is, Asian range. Like the odds on that getting swept are more than 50% both sides. So we've come into this, we've got a break of structure here. Also, we've got this demand over here, this supply, sorry, over here. You could say, okay, that's going to hold. Could say that held, but it went above it, didn't it? It did sweep above it. So it swept all that liquidity. Now we're just going to sweep that and come back down. I don't know. It seems weird how the news always seems to take these. It just don't seem to go random ever. The market does it? It seems to do what it wants to do, but within the technicals at the same time. If you've looked at it long enough, so we've got that 33 pip Asian range. We had a CPB here, like I said in my outlook. If this holds, I'd probably look for shorts. If it fails, I'd look for longs. And what happened? I actually pinpointed this before it even happened with my arrows. I said the direction there failed, printed demand here. Well, that's what happened. It printed the demand. I had a good, if that was going to happen, I had a good inkling that this was going to be the low of the day, coming to a demand, and I was happy just to ride it out and try and take this out. We've had a bit of a crap day in regards to the range. Like the average daily range is normally 40 pips, what we had. 94 pips off 47, so it's not been a good day, all in all. So, but yeah, so we've come on to this, and that was basically just my thought process for taking this trade. I had the reaction and the fail. We had a flip down here. This has taken liquidity into a demand zone. So I'm covering that low. I'm not trying to do anything special. So I've adapted my trading. Like it could have been like, right, okay, I'm gonna cover this low, but that would have got wiped out with the news. I had to close anyway because of the news, which is absolutely stressful. But as long as the thought process is there of why you took the trade, then that's when you're gonna get your winners. Because without the reaction, well, flipped out, entered, covered that low. That low was a protected low because it's happened. It's taken liquidity. It's in the demand zone. So I was happy to cover that and ride this up if I was right. And then it target that structure. And once we target that structure, we might get a different different point of view. Like normally, most of the time, the high of the week is on a Monday or a Friday, if it's a bearish week or whatever. So are we going to revisit this and the low of the week be on a Wednesday? Wednesdays aren't normally the low of the week, but you never know. Just going off the data. So yeah, for the rest of the week, ideally I would like see at least this target get hit. Like maybe tomorrow we'll probably come through Asian range. And then we'll probably like take something down here, come into this demand, maybe start breaking some structures and then take them out. So we'll see. You know what I mean? Like we've had this sweep here. That's definitely a sweep. It's not showing on the 15 minute, but it's weird how it does that sometimes. But yeah, that's swept. So we could say that's your POI, liquidity POI to trade from. So if it comes down to here, I can mess around in the Asian range. That could be where it does. That's where it trades from. Or it could come to here in the Asian range. I don't know. I will see in the morning. But I'm definitely going to start doing these reviews at the end of the day. 5 minutes, 6 minutes out of my day could help someone. No, it definitely helps me breaking down what I've just witnessed for the day. But that was I only trade that I saw today. So any any uptake on that, just let me know, and I'll get it take it on board. I'll take it on board. Sorry, looking at my phone, someone's texting me, and I'm just going along with it. But yeah, right. So I'll leave it there for today. Try and do a few of these a week. I used to before, if you're a new member, I used to do trade reviews. So I might make a channel for that if you want to trade reviewing, but see where you could have gone right or wrong from my point of view. It's always good to have different point of views. Obviously, I'm no expert at trading, but past two from the challenges, so not the worst at it either. But obviously, sometimes just a different point of view can help. So yeah, I'll leave it at that, and I'll see you next time. All right.